Hi everyone, it's the New York Thrifter back again with, of course, another haul. I can't stop shopping. This haul actually is a little late because I purchased this at a local Goodwill right before Christmas break. And so let's just dive in. This is where we're going to start. I like to call this my pile of Eileen Fisher. And Eileen Fisher is a very popular reseller brand because it is worth really good money, especially the larger sizes. This is an extra large, which is an excellent size. So this is the first sweater that I got. As you can see, it has a bit of a stain on it right there. I'm not sure if the camera's picking that up. I am sure I'm going to be able to get that out. And so I'm going to wash this up and put it up on eBay. It had a blue tag, so I purchased this for $2.75, I believe. So this was a really good deal. It's a little worn, a little like somebody put it through the wash a few times, but that's okay. I plan on putting this up for maybe about $19.99 on eBay. The second piece, this is a sleeveless 100% wool sweater, and I purchased it for, if that's $8.99, I got 25% off, so just under $7. And this is worth a little bit more because it is 100% wool, and so I'm going to put this up on eBay for $24.99. Now with Eileen Fisher, I usually don't put the best offer up. I price it and then that is my final price. It really depends on the piece and it really depends on how desirable it is. But with this brand, I find people are willing to pay that price, and so if I put best offer, I'm just asking for low bidder, so I don't do that. These last two Eileen Fishers are tunic tops. This one is $12.99, 25% off, so I got this for a little under $10, size small. And I'm going to be listing this one on eBay for $39.99, along with this one. This is a small petite. Again, it's a tunic top, and I paid less for this one. It was $9, 25% off, so this is about a little under $7. And these tunic tops really do really well because, you can put them on a legging underneath and it's perfect for a lot of different occasions. And so I expect those to go for $40. The next couple of pieces are kind of a staple in my store. They are J.Jill. When I first started reselling a few years ago, J.Jill did a lot better than it does now. I feel like a lot of resellers have found the brand and there is a lot online right now, so the prices have gone down a little bit. This is a collared long sleeve dress, and it's got a button closures right here. The dress goes to below the wearer's knee. Something about J.Jill is it tends to be a little more modest. You're definitely not going to be finding any mini skirts or anything along those lines. It is a blue tag, which means I got this for just under $7, and I plan on listing this on eBay for $29.99 with no best offer. I expect get $30, and I think I can definitely get that. This is another J.Jill. This time it is a large coral colored boat neck tunic with some interesting seaming here. It was green, which was half off, so I got this for $4.50, and I expect to sell this on eBay for probably around $29.99. Although, yeah, you know what? I called it a tunic. It actually is a dress. It is long enough to be considered a dress, so that's why I'm going to price it at $29.99. These next two are going to be shirts. This is, again, J.Jill, large. It is a green color. Blue tag means I got it for around a little under $4, and it is just a 3/4 sleeve green top which is going to do well. I expect to probably get around, maybe $19.99 for that. And the last piece is Pure Jill. A blue tag means that it was just under $4, and it's a size large petite, and it is kind of plain. A lot of J.Jill's are rather plain. It's oatmeal colored, and it has 3/4 sleeves. It's got a little bit of, interest here at the bottom. And so when I was going over this, I noticed there was a flaw. I believe there is a little bit, here on the arm, there's a little bit of a grease stain here. That is not a worry for me, because what I do here is I take OxiClean stain treatment and I spray it on and I let it sit for a while, and then I put it in the washing machine on hot water, and I've never had a problem getting a stain out before with the OxiClean. And so I'm going to do that, and I am positive I'm going to be able to get that stain out. Okay, here's a brand that sells really, really well in the stores, but the resale value isn't necessarily there, because I don't think a lot of people necessarily know about this brand. It is Worth New York, and it is a really, really cute little button-down cardigan. And when I say little, it is an extra petite, so it is very little. And this is a blue tag, so around $3.90. I expect to put it up on eBay for about $29.99. Take it best offer. Anything over, $24 maybe would be good. But again, it's a really expensive brand. Not a lot of people know about it, but it is phenomenal quality. Okay, these next couple pieces, I don't necessarily know what to do with. The first one is going to be vintage, and this is Moschino, and it's just a really, really expensive brand. I got this red tag at $9, means I probably paid a little under $7 for it, and it has a bit of a stain right here. Do you see the yellow? There we are. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get that out, just because this is vintage. That stain literally could have been sitting there for over a decade. So I'm not as optimistic about that stain. However, I looked online, and because this is vintage, I think I'm probably going to try to sell it on eBay. When you go on eBay and you look at, or I'm sorry, not eBay, and I plan to sell it on Etsy, opening up as a vintage store on Etsy. And the reason for that is, if you go on eBay, a shirt like this looks to be going for maybe $60, which is, blow your mind, amazing. However, you can theoretically get almost double that on Etsy, because Etsy is a marketplace that usually, commands higher prices, because a little more time is taken kind of coaxing the buyer and making them understand, the product, and taking a little more time with photography and listing the item. And so because it is more specialty, you can generally get a little more money on it for specialty pieces. I am not going to count my chickens before they hatch, even though this is a really cool, print. Because of the staining and just general wear on it, I'm probably not going to get $120 for it. But hey, you never know. If you don't list it, you can't try for it. Okay, this is another shirt I don't really know what to do with, and that is because it is so rare and high end, which is a wonderful thing unless you're trying to do research on something and list it. Now, this is David Dalrymple for Field, and Field stands for Patricia Field, who is an amazing costume designer, and she actually is best known. She was the one who dressed Carrie Bradshaw, which was, Sarah Jessica Parker on Sex and the City. And, she was famous before that, and she's even more famous now afterwards. But when she did her, she no longer has a boutique, but when she did her boutique, she sold different clothes and at very, very, very expensive prices. We're talking sometimes up into the thousands. And so what I have here is I have kind of an off-the-shoulder bandana print top. And it was green, so I actually got this half off, believe it or not. So I paid under $3 for it. But again, it is such a rare thing that there are no real comps. So I'm just going to have to take a shot at this. This might be something that I can put up for, $99 and see if anybody's interested. See if anybody starts following. I'm gonna just have to take it one day with a time on that one, but I will certainly update you to find out what happens. Now on to something we're all a little more familiar with. I've got a Lucky Brand sheer top. It's very boho style. It has, the flowers in the earth tones. It is a large. When it comes to Lucky, the larger, the better. We've got a price tag of $8.99 green, which means I paid about $4.50 for this. I'm going to put this up on eBay, and I'm probably going to ask for around $19.99 and take anything north of probably $16. Next up, we have kind of a quilted-like fabric. It's a long sleeve sweater by Zara. Now, this was green. I got it at half off, so I paid under $3 for it. It is white, but I do not see any stains or any problems with it. I could list this on eBay, but I would probably get like $10 for it. However, if I go over to Poshmark, I can list it over there at, $20 and probably take $15. And so that's what I'm going to be doing. This is a really kind of cool piece. It is a Lord & Taylor 100% cashmere hoodie, which is really interesting. It has a zipper front and it's got lots of different colors that go down the stripe. I checked this out really, really carefully. With cashmere, you always want to see if there's any holes in it. I checked it carefully. I didn't see any holes. It is a blue tag, so I got it for a little under $4. And I believe I'm going to be able to go over to Etsy and put a $24.99 price tag on it or best offer and see what the market will bear. One of my favorite brands, Vince. I have got a boat neck sweater. It is a very light cotton sweater with kind of a high-low waist happening. It was $12, half off, so I got it for $6. And with Vince, I find it hard to list on eBay. And the reason for that is another very popular brand is Vince Camuto. And while Vince Camuto does very well, very much not as good as the brand just Vince. And so what I like about listing this brand on Poshmark is that people looking for this particular brand, they type it in, it comes up as Vince with the period rather than Vince Camuto. So they know they're getting this designer rather than the other one. So I'm going to be putting it over on Poshmark. I'm probably going to be putting about $35 on it and take anything north of $30. Here is a new with tags Victoria's Secret pink striped t-shirt. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't really get the Victoria's Secret pink brand, but others do, so more power to them. Even though this was new with tags, it was half off, which means nobody snatched it up, so I grabbed it for under $3. I expect to put this on eBay for $29.99. I could go over and get a little bit more on Poshmark. I could probably list it for around $35 there, but I'm looking for a quick sale, and so eBay is going to be my best bet for that. Next up is Orvis. This is it used to be, I feel like it used to command a higher price. Orvis is really great because it's got a lot of career essentials where you can look very professional going to work. It was a blue tag, so I got it just under $4. And it is a really vibrant orange color with a little bit of sheen in it, which is really, really nice, size medium. I plan on listing this on eBay for about $19.99. Again, a couple of years ago, you probably could have listed it for almost $30 and gotten that, but I just feel you don't quite have the same selling potential there. This next brand is Ella Moss, and it is an open cardigan with lace detailing here at the top and a very deep gray color. It's in excellent condition. Blue tag, so I got it for under $4. Now, Ella Moss, I want to point something out about this brand. A lot of people will list Ella Moss as Anthropology, and it is true. Ella Moss did work for did some collaborations with Anthropology or some work for Anthropology. However, if you look at the RN number, and that's listed on the tag, it is 92874, which is Ella Moss's RN, registered number for selling. Now, anybody in the resale business probably knows that Anthropologie's RN is going to be 66170. And so even though Anthropologie did work with Ella Moss, this is not an Anthropologie piece. So if you list this as Anthropologie, that is actually disingenuous and you are not being honest with your buyer. So in the spirit of that, and not if I had Anthropologie on, if I was able to put Anthropologie on this, I could probably list this sweater for around $29.99 or $30, either on eBay or Etsy. But just the Ella Moss brand without being attached to Anthropologie doesn't do as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this down to my local consignment shop, and they take Ella Moss. It's a designer consignment shop, and they look everything over, verify it, put it out on the sales racks, and anything that is sold, I will get 50% for, and they send that in the mail in a check once a month. And so they will probably end up selling this for around $50. So I'll probably get around $25, which I'm more than happy with because that's a lot more than I would be able to get with just the Ella Moss name online. We're talking maybe $10 or $15. And so it's definitely something that's going to be headed over to the consignment shop. Now, this is an amazing find. This is James Purse, which I absolutely love. James Purse line does a lot of real basics, but does basics really, really well. This is new with tags, and it was half off, which means it sat in the store for over a week with nobody, or over a couple weeks with nobody grabbing it. I paid $4.50 for this brand new piece, and if you look at what it sold for, originally it sold for $135. Now, unfortunately, I won't be able to get anything close to $135 for it. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking this over to eBay and listing it for $39.99 and taking a best offer, probably anything over maybe $32 or $34. If I took it to Posh, I could probably make around $30 for it. So, eBay has more buyers, and I think it's going to be a faster flip with a little more money. Okay, I have a Western style woman's shirt from Lucky Brand, and it has the pearl buttons, which are very, very popular. And this is just a really nice piece. It's, a staple in a wardrobe. I overpaid for it, however. It was $12, and that was 25% off of that. So I paid around $9 for this, and the market just does not bear that. I'm not going to make a really good return on this. What I'm going to do is if I took it to eBay, I could probably make 15. If I take it over to Poshmark, I'll probably make around 20, list it for 25 or 30 and take a best offer. So that's what I'm going to do. I just bought a shirt like this for myself, which is a Garnet Hill. So I'm not going to be keeping this one, although I would consider it since it's not a great return. But I'm going to be posting this up and getting my money back and knowing next time do not pay that much for a Lucky chambray shirt. The last shirt that I have is going to be a collaboration. Banana Republic and Trina Turk did a collab in the summer of 2012. You can see it right there. And this is, Trina Turk is really known, the brand is known for really, really bright prints. And you can obviously see that here. This is 100% silk, size 12. So that is a great fabric and a great size. I looked up comps online. Poshmark is not doing well with this collab. And so it is going off to Etsy, where it looks like I'm going to be listing it for around, or Etsy, I'm sorry, eBay. Etsy will not take this because obviously 2012 is not vintage. It is going to eBay, and it looks like I'm going to be listing it for around, you know, probably $19.99, and not best offer. If I do a best offer, I'll probably raise that up to maybe, you know, $24.99 and then best offer. But that's probably right where it's going to sell at. Okay, now let's scoot some of these over. I've got a jean jacket. This is an Armani Exchange woman's jean jacket, an extra small. It is in gorgeous, gorgeous condition. I got it for around probably, I think $7, because that's 25% off. And I looked this up on eBay and Poshmark, and Armani Exchange does not do really well on Posh. I could probably get around $15 or $20. However, listing it on eBay, it looks like $29.99 is going to be the going rate for this. And so that's what I'm going to do there. I've got another jacket. This time it is BCBG Max Azara, or Max Azaria, excuse me. This is another extra small. It is a black corduroy jacket that I got. If that is $12, 25% off, so I believe around $9. And this, I did a tiny bit of research and found out that this was called the Lulu jacket, and it's got a tie here at the waist, which is really great. And after some research on this, I found that it goes for around $20 on Poshmark and around $25.99 on eBay. Okay, next up, let's get into a little bit of athletic wear. First up is Ivivva, I believe is how you pronounce this, and it is the sister company of Lululemon. Ivivva is the youth version of it, so this is a size 8 in children's. It was a green tag, and so that was 50% off, which means I got these for around $2. And this is a great investment because these exercise pants are going to be going for hopefully around $29.99. And so that is awesome. You can see it's got the little Ivivva brand right there. So I'm really excited about finding those. I've got adult pair of Athleta cropped pants. These are a size 6. They're kind of a military green color. They are a blue tag, so I got them for under $5, or probably under $4 actually. And like I said, these are cropped. These are some great workout pants. I love Athleta. I'm going to be posting these on eBay for around $29.99 and taking a best offer. Another Athleta, this time a sweater, extra large. Got this for $9, 25% off, so that is going to be around $7. And this is 100% wool. It's got a two-tone arm color, which is great. It is a hoodie pullover, and I'm really excited about this one. I have one really similar to this. I love how I'm most excited about athletic wear. I've got designer clothes, and it's the athletic wear that, you know, really gets me going. Probably because I wear my Athleta hoodie almost every single day. Really, really comfortable. I would be keeping this except for the fact that it is wool, which irritates my skin. And so my Athleta has to be made out of cotton polyester. I have two more Athleta pieces. This one is a cotton hoodie. And unfortunately for me, it is a size large instead of extra large. And so I will not be keeping it. I paid half of $9, and so for $50, and it is a zipper hoodie. It is white. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually be soaking this in some OxiClean detergent for an hour or two to make sure that it's absolutely looking its brightest. And then I'm going to be listing this online for probably $29.99. Last piece of Athleta. This one's an extra small. It is a quarter zip base layer women's shirt. I got it for half off, which means I paid under $3 for it. And I'm going to be listing this on eBay for about $19.99. Taking a best offer, I expect somebody to probably offer me around $15 for it, and I will definitely be taking that. And then this last athletic piece is a Lululemon, and you can tell because you've got on the back the Lululemon logo right here. Now, this is where the fabric and the care tag has been. It's been ripped out. That is what happens. These are actually called, rip tags or tear tags because they're supposed to be taken out. The Lululemon tags are very, very long, and they get quite uncomfortable when you're exercising in them. So you're supposed to rip these out and when you wear them. And so this is just a plain black tank top. Now, one thing that people need to realize when they purchase these for resale is they are supposed to have padding in the bust on these, and the pads are taken out of this one. And if there's no pads inside, you have to make sure that that defect is in your listing so people understand that they're not getting the pads. So I will be listing that defect. The other thing, when the tear tag is taken out, and so you don't know the size of it, you can do two things. You can do some measurements and look up on the Lululemon website to see what size it is, or you can hunt around on the garment and you can find the size tag usually hidden in a pocket or somewhere. This one is a size 12, which is amazing. Usually a Lululemon comes in much smaller sizes. Size 12 is a little bit of a unicorn. And so it does command a little higher of a price. This is red, so I got it for under $4. The only problem is size 12 is right around my size. I'm a little hesitant to try it on because I think once I put it on, I will not want to sell it. It probably would go for about $30, and I might need a Lululemon more than I need the $30. So we'll see about that. Okay, I've got some pants here. I've got J.Crew City Fit size 6. The City Fit these are capris, and they are royal blue. Really, really nice pant. They were half off, which means I paid under $3 for them. If I posted these on eBay, I could probably make around $15. Now, these are the cotton City Fits. If these were wool City Fits, you could probably get around $24.99, just, for your own information. If I was to post these over on Poshmark, I would probably only get between 10 and 12. So eBay would definitely be the place to take these. I've got another Victoria's Secret pink here, this time in the form of kind of jogging pants. There's the tag, and it is new with tags. It's a size 10, originally sold for almost $49. And it was green, which means I paid under $3 for them. They are faded, but it's factory faded. It's a very, hip faded. It's got your little pink dog right here. I expect to take these over to Poshmark because I feel like they would do better over there, and probably list them for $35 and take around $30 for them. Best offer. This next brand is an Anthropology brand. It's Pilcrow and the Letterpress, and these are pants. They're part linen, which is really great fabric. They're an orange coral color, I guess, and they've got really great details on, they've got, ribbons on the pockets and on the belt loops. It's got a really great oversized button. Just a really, classy pair of pants. Now, it does have a little bit of wear here on the hem. So I'm going to pay some special attention and treat that wear and try to get that all off, and then steam these because they are linen. You can see they have some creasing and some wrinkles. I am going to be taking these over to eBay, where I will be asking for probably around $29.99. And if I was to go to Poshmark with these, I could probably expect around $20. And these are a blue tag, which means I paid probably a little under $5 for them. My favorite pair of pants to sell, Adriano Goldschmied, and these are the Stevie ankle slim straight, which is great. Anything slim tends to sell really well. They were $9 half off, so I paid $4.50. This brand does really, really well for me. Obviously, the jeans tend to do a little better than the colored. Excuse me. But I expect to put these up on eBay for $39.99. I know that sounds high, but I usually will get somebody offering me $30 for them and then take the $30. I paid less than $5 for those, so I'm very happy with that. White House Black Market is really, really popular on Poshmark. So I'm going to be taking these over to Poshmark, probably getting about $25. I spent $9, 25% off, so under $7 for these. And they are a pair of modern bootcut size 2 pants. They are, just regular trousers, but again, the White House Black Market, it's popular at Poshmark. I have some shirts that went really quickly over there, and so I'm really excited to put these up to see how fast I get them sold. My second favorite brand of pants to sell, Not Your Daughter's Jeans. They always do really, really well for me. These are a size 2, and they are a legging. Legging is another really great style to have. Now, these are coated denim or coated cotton, and they have a shiny gold. I did get these for half off, so I paid under $3 for them. And I expect that these are going to be going really, really quickly. Not Your Daughter's Jeans sells so fast for me. I always put it up on eBay, and I find that after less than, between 24 hours and, 72 hours, they will have sold. I'm going to put these up for probably around $29.99. And if I get offered anything over $25, I will take it. Okay, we've got some vintage up next. Excitement. This is an Yves Saint Laurent Paris and vintage tag. And these are black velvet pants. And I love these for several reasons. First of all, they are velvet, which is quite popular right now. Second, they are a designer brand. And third, when I looked up how much I could get for these, in a vintage marketplace like Etsy, it looks like the going rate is around $100. And I paid under $5 for these. And so I am going to take these to my dry cleaners, get them looking 100%, and posting them up on Etsy, and hopefully be taking my $100 home. Speaking of vintage, I've got a vintage Diane von Furstenberg skirt. This is a wool blend skirt, and it is kind of, she's known for the wrap dress. Well, this is kind of a wrap skirt, if you will. It opens up here. And I paid up for this one. It is $13, and I did get it for 25% off, which means a little under $10 for it. I thought this would be worth more. If I had looked up the comps in the store, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. Just because when I looked it up on Etsy in selling vintage, they go for between $25 and $40. And I'm probably not going to list anything on the higher end once I get on Etsy, just because I'd want, to sell it in a reasonable time frame. And I feel like if I waited for the $40. It might take a while. So I probably will end up listing it for maybe $30 and seeing if anybody's interested. Another skirt, this time a Hugo Boss. And considering how expensive Hugo Boss is in the store, I was actually kind of surprised that the resale value didn't hold a little bit better. Now, there is some good news with this. It is a pencil skirt, and pencil skirts, you know, the tight form-fitting skirts, tend to sell better than others. Maxi skirts are another one. Maxi, where they go all the way down to the ankles, also do well. But it has a slight pinstripe to it, which is also really good. I did get this for half off, so I paid $4.50 for it. And when I was doing research online, I found that Hugo Boss does better on Poshmark than it does on eBay. So on eBay, it probably would go for about $20, but on Posh, I could probably list it for around $35 or $40 and take a best offer. So it will be going up on Posh. I'm so excited about this next one. Wow, I think I'm more excited about this than I was the activewear. Go figure. It's a Burberry London. And, you know, Burberry, it's got the Nova check on the inside, but on the outside, it is a plain black skirt that kind of flares out. And it also has this belt that goes around the waist. I got this 25% off red, which means I paid a little under $4 for it, which for Burberry is spectacular. Also, it is a size 10, which is equally spectacular because that really opens up a lot of people to be able to fit in it. And so I'm very, very happy with that. Now, if I was to sell this online, I would probably be able to get around $40 for it. And so that is an amazing return. However, I've been thinking about maybe taking this to the consignment shop where they do the you know, the 50, I would get 50% of the sale, just because I feel like it would get more attention there. And I feel like it would be listed, maybe they would list it for around $100, and so I might get like $10 more with no photos. It just seems like a really hard skirt to photo, and so I do think I'm going to go consignment store with that. Okay, we've got 2 items left. First up is an Anthropology brand. It's Edme and Estelet. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. It is a size 10 skirt. And it was $8.99, so I got that half off, $4.50. And what really drew me to this skirt was the little charms they have on it, which kind of, you know, jingle and wiggle when you walk. And they're little, you know, airplanes. And it has the flounces, and then at the bottom, it's got kind of a pink rickrack, which is really great. I thought, because it's Anthropology and I recognize the brand, I guess I kind of assumed that it was going to be worth more money than it is in the resale world. If I took this over to eBay, I would probably be able to get about maybe $15 for it. Fortunately, on Poshmark, it goes closer to $25, so I'm definitely going to get my money's worth out of it. Whenever I think of Anthropology brands, I always, you know, because I love the store, I know the clothes, and so I always expect them to be worth a little bit more. So just, you know, as a good rule of thumb, just because it's Anthro doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make a huge amount on reselling. And to the final piece that I got, this is a Todd Oldham, and I'm not sure if viewers watching are old enough to remember this, but this designer was pretty big back in the 90s, and this is a vintage piece. It is a paisley mini, and I got it for half off because it's got the green tag there, so I got this for under $3. Oh, look at this button. Isn't that amazing? And it's got his like crown logo on it. Now, when I flip it around, I can show you it does have a little bit of peeling on his back design placard here, and also there's a little bit of overall wear. I'm not sure if it's showing up on camera, but it does look like this skirt has been, you know, washed and worn a few times, which makes sense because it is vintage. And I was really excited when I saw this because I knew, you know, that it was just, this was a really popular brand back in the day. And so I looked at first on eBay, and I was a little disappointed because, you know, it was looking at maybe like $25 or $30, and I was like, oh man, you know, maybe my picker's off if I'm not, you know, getting the results I want. But then I went over to Etsy, where these are selling for around $60 to vintage buyers. And so that made me think that maybe my picker is not off, that I do have a bit of a knack for this. And so I'm going to be going over to Etsy with this when I start my vintage store. So that's all that I have for you today. I'm going to be doing some more haul videos soon. I've been doing much shopping, and so make sure that you subscribe to the channel to get more haul videos. And if you like the content, give me a thumbs up. And if you know how to pronounce any of these brands, make sure to leave a comment, because I can really use it, obviously. Thanks so much.